Hi, I'm Hope Witkowsky, your host of Senior Scene. Seeing better may mean having these. As we age, everybody needs glasses. On today's show, we're going to hear from the doctor on how we can take care of our eyes to have wonderful vision all the way through our long life. Many of us can remember the beauty and freedom of the best eyesight. We went out, played sports, read the finest prints without ever needing a little help with what is now called cheater glasses. What happened to that superior eyesight? I went to visit Dr. Barry Wolston, an eye surgeon and optometrist in Torrance, to get some answers.
The main need for glasses has to do with near work, with reading, which for most patients begins about age 45, needing some help reading, even if the distance is fine without glasses. But as most of us who didn't wear glasses as teenagers start to wear readers, eventually we also need something for the distance. So somewhere in the 50s or 60s age group, a distance error will be uncovered as well. And patients will notice that when they drive the car, especially at night, that things are blurry.
What exactly happens to our vision as we get older? Is there anything that we can do to keep our eyesight 20/20?
If they eat a normal diet, that's the first step. A diet that contains the antioxidants, and anyone who eats a normal diet will have that going for them. If there's any sort of family history of eye disease, we look at all patients over age 50 at once a year.
Dr. Wolston says good eyesight starts with a healthy diet. Foods rich in antioxidants like nutrients in whole foods when they're fresh, wild-caught fish, and orange, red, and dark green fruits and veggies show that these foods contribute to better eyesight. That, along with family history, like when did your parents and grandparents begin needing glasses? That shows the most common vision problems amongst children and adults that are genetically determined. And thanks to modern medicine, a lot of it can also be corrected early on. Amazingly, there are new treatments that Dr. Wolston tells us about that can eliminate needing these glasses on all the time. It's amazing what we have done, the scientific explorations of the eye to save a person's eyesight. Yeah. That's just fantastic.
Yes, and this developed quite rapidly. It went from having no treatment whatsoever other than laser, which we used for many years, to just one doctor one day testing one of these drugs and finding a remarkable change in a patient over a period of weeks. And within several months of that doctor doing that one trial, everybody in the entire country was using injections. It spread that rapidly. Avastin was the drug that was used.
Yeah. One of the most common ways to ruin our eyesight is by going outdoors unprotected. Doctors say to look for sunglasses with UVA and UVB protection.
When I first went into practice, it was unusual to see anybody over age 85, and now we're seeing routinely patients over 95, 97. So whatever condition or whatever problem is identified and the doctor gets you on medication, tells you to use the sunglasses, do it and just stay with it, because the lifespan is going to continue to extend, and you need to pay attention to simple things that will keep the eyes healthy.
It might seem silly to put on protective eyewear when gardening or working on projects around the house. Doctors say it's one of the most forgotten ways of protecting those eyes.
In situations where somebody can get injured, rather than poo-pooing the risk, put on safety glasses. Always keep some safety glasses around. When you're doing something at home or you're pounding a nail, put them on. And this will prevent a lot of unhappiness, because there are a lot of injuries that we see in the office that can be prevented by just that very simple act. Okay, can you look to the left for me? That's great, and now just look to the right.
Getting regular eye
And now just
checkups
straight
is also
ahead.
important. It can catch early on eye diseases like glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy,
Same
which have
thing here,
no
to the
symptoms in their
left
early stages. Doctors will also check your eyes inside and
and
out
to
for
the
signs
right.
of any other early
Once again, straight
problems.
on.
Dr. Damian Goldberg, a partner with Dr. Wolston, gives us an amazing overview of one of the most serious eye diseases.
Macular degeneration is a serious disease because it's vision threatening and people can go blind from it. And it tends to be, if you don't control it and get on it right away, it could cause permanent blindness. And that's why we consider it very significant and severe.
Cookie Migas, a patient of Dr. Goldberg, was diagnosed with macular degeneration. She realized something was wrong when glasses were not helping to improve her eyesight.
Mrs. Migas was great. She came in and we presented all the options that were available to her for cataract surgery. And she recognized, prior to developing the cataract, she was born nearsighted and had what's called astigmatism. Nearsighted means that you can't see well in the distance. You need glasses, but you can read okay. But she also understood that she had astigmatism. Astigmatism means your eyes shape more like a football or like an almond. And the reality is, if you do not address the astigmatism, all ranges of vision will be blurred. It stretches light. So with counseling her and talking about the choices, she was really excited that we had a lens option that would allow us to correct her astigmatism. So when we did her procedure, we did, I believe at the time we did phacoemulsification, and we also used a laser called femtosecond laser, and that helped us break up her cataract real safely. And then we were able to implant a special astigmatic correcting lens called a toric IOL. And with the toric IOL, this allowed her to get a great distance, spectacle free, which was something I don't think she ever had before. And then she was able to just pick some over-the-counter readers.
Dr. Goldberg gives us a closer look at the human eye. Seeing what science has accomplished in the last few decades is amazing.
So this is a normal eye, a young eye that doesn't have a cataract. As you age and do get a cataract, you see what starts happening is the central part of the vision. It doesn't totally go black, it just gets blurry. That's the cataract building up. Eventually it'll reach a point that it's affecting the vision a lot more. The way we manage it is through cataract surgery. And how we do this first is we make an opening in the top of the lens, and we take the cataract out with a ultrasound probe, as you're seeing here. Okay, and it's going to break the cataract up into pieces. Once it's removed, we're ready to put an implant in, and there you see the implant go in the eye. This is showing you basic cataract surgery. Fortunately now there is a new way where we can do it with laser. And so this kind of is a head-to-head showing you laser on the left, standard on the right. You can see the laser, your incisions are made with the utmost precision with the laser. Here in the regular way we use a blade to go into the eye. Where you really see the difference is in how you make the opening to get into the lens. The laser makes a perfect circle. Manually we're using tweezers, and it's not a perfect circle. It's close, but there's some jagged edges. And then when it comes to removal, the laser just breaks it up into little pieces, so removal is a lot easier than the standard way.
To see how small the new lens called a gummy lens is even more astonishing. Medicine has given us the ability to replace this tiny body part.
We used to have to do a procedure where we'd make a very large incision in the eye. Now we've got down to about a 2.5 millimeter incision. Okay? What makes this so novel is that by doing that, we don't need to put a stitch. The incision will self-seal, and it allows us to, with other important technology breakthroughs, sometimes I've done cataracts as fast as 3 minutes. I tell most people it'll take about 15-20 minutes. And the recovery is great. You're at the surgery center or a hospital-based setting, maybe a total of 2 or 3 hours. Procedure will only take 3 to 15 minutes. You go into a post-op area, and you go home that day.
Well, I had friends who had had cataract surgery, so I knew that it wasn't terrible, you know. And as a matter of fact, I I said, I'd rather do cataract surgery than go to the dentist.
Well, did they put you out, or
They
how
give
do
you
they do
that little twilight sleep, and when you wake up, it's all gone. And you say, did you do it yet?
The surgery Cookie had, IOL procedure, has enabled her to see distance without the aid of any glasses. She can now read the street signs with great accuracy. It's only the reading glasses that she now buys.
I buy the cutest little glasses everywhere that sells them. I can go to the drugstore, or, there's a lot of people that sell them. And I have really cute frames. They match all my outfits. And I don't mind them at all. I want to be able to see across the room. I want to be able to see while I'm driving. So that's why I chose to have distance vision.
Thankfully, with new scientific research and modern technology, many of us can get a new lease on eyesight. It also helps when you keep these tips in mind. Number 1, eat well. Incorporate foods high in omega-3 fatty acids along with foods with vitamin C and E. A well-balanced diet can help you stay healthy and lower your odds of obesity, which is related to type 2 diabetes, which is the leading cause to blindness in adults. 2, avoid smoking to reduce your chances of getting cataracts, which damage your optic nerve, as well as macular degeneration. Number 3, wear sunglasses that protect your eyes from the sun's ultraviolet rays. 4, use safety eyewear, whether you're playing sports or doing gardening projects at home. 5, look away from the computer or phone screen often. And lastly, visit your doctor regularly for eye exams.
I love when all my patients are 20/20 the next day. Sometimes it takes a few days, sometimes it takes a little longer. Every case is sort of case by case, but we get amazing outcomes, very high success rate, and that's why so many people consider it.
I hope today's show gave you some knowledge to protect one of your most important body parts, your eyes. I challenge you to go out and do all those things the doctor told us to do. I'm Hope Witkowsky, reminding you, knowledge, it's a powerful tool. Tune in to Senior Scene next time for more secrets on successful aging.